I have a bit of a problem, and it's slightly embarrassing to admit. I have this lovely workshop that I've built up. I have all of these lovely hand tools behind me on the wall. But I avoid sharpening like the plague. And it's not because I don't enjoy sharpening. I do get a sick sense of satisfaction from being able to shave my arm hair. But hopefully by the end of this video, that will have all changed. So what's the problem, you might ask? Well, simply put, I don't have a dedicated sharpening area. I don't have anywhere that is set up or clean or even somewhere too easily set up all of my sharpening stuff and actually get my tools as sharp as I need them to be. Currently, I've got my diamond stones stashed away in a cabinet down there. I have my bench grinder hidden in the corner over there, kind of out of the way. So if I ever need to regrind anything, I'm pretty much not going to do it, and I'm just going to use another one of my chisels. If I need to sharpen anything, I need to clear my bench to be able to take up my stones and actually work on them. And then I've got to find some water or other lubricant to use with the stones. I need to find my water for the grinder in case I actually need to grind anything, keep the steel nice and cool. And not to mention my jigs. They're buried away in another drawer at the other side of the workshop. Now, this all sounds like first world problems. Don't get me wrong, I know that. But having a nice dedicated sharpening area is so important for me so that it's all accessible so that I use it more often. And by using the sharpening station and the sharpening tools more often to make my tools nice and sharp, I will get a better result, which means better product, better everything, and less time spent struggling, which, if you know me, I don't like to struggle. I don't like have to work hard for my work. That sounds really dumb to say, but there you go. So, in this video, we're going to design and build a sharpening station. This sharpening station is going to have to hold my bench grinder. It is going to have some extraction for that bench grinder because I really don't like having those metal shavings flying around the place. That fine dust, that steel dust is just not great to have in the atmosphere. We're going to need storage for my stones. We're going to need a place to use the stones. I want to have jigs on hand. I don't often use them, but I do want to be able to have that choice. And I want the extraction for the grinder, taking a step back here, to come on automatically because I'm a naturally quite lazy person. Why push two buttons when I can push one button and have the extraction come on automatically? And I've already got the kit to do it, so I don't have to spend any extra money. I'd also like to integrate a lighting system into it, but I'm not entirely sure if that will be a possibility. I may just have an angle poise light nearby. Anyway, let's get cracking into this. I've got a sheet of plywood already outside. We're going to be making the entire cabinet out of 18mm plywood here. It's fairly sturdy, fairly strong, should keep everything nicely together, readily available. All right, so now it's pretty much assembled and I've just chucked everything in to get a bit of a mock-up. So obviously we have our grinder over here and well, it's not going to be this tall at all. And I have this little hoover underneath here, this little ash vac. So it's time to kind of get them connected. So I'm going to bring you back here and show you what the plan is. Right, so luckily this grinder does come with extraction ports built into each stone itself. And I have the hoover underneath here that has this little nozzly thingy on it. And this hoover did also come with a hose that is metal reinforced inside. So it's good for, well, for ash. This is an ash vac. And it's going to be good for sparks and metal like that. Now to get everything connected, I have 3D printed some thingies. So that is going to be an adapter to go onto the grinder, which the other end of it can take the hose nice and snug. There's pretty much no gaps on that. So that's going to be a nice good connection. And then a 3-way splitter here. So I'll have a small piece of hose coming from the vacuum itself. This end is a bit mangled. And that will go into there. And then 2 other pieces of hose from either side to go to either one of the stones. So fairly straightforward. And as well as cutting the hose to fit those lengths, I am going to also have to put a hole into the base here, which will also allow the plug from our vacuum to go up into this cavity, this area where our automatic extraction is going to be integrated into as well. It's fairly straightforward. Got to cut some pipe, which is a real pain in the butt. Got to drill a hole and, well, then I'm going to chuck on some edge banding at the front to finish off the look. And finally, I'll put some oil on this just to make it look a bit more finished. Now, so the extraction pretty much sorted out. Insulation is going to be a bit of a pain once we get to it, but for now it is in place. Next thing, I want that to be automatic, and to do that I have one of these really handy IVAC boxes. I bought a bunch of these secondhand basically once I built my workshop, and I have a couple left over. And this guy works really simply. You plug the tool in one side, the vacuum in on the other side, and you can set this guy to automatic so that whenever the tool comes on, the current activates the other side of it, the vacuum comes on. Really nice and easy. And I'm just going to position this right here so it'll be tucked away behind the grinder. Plenty of room. I'm not going to get any dust or anything onto it because that probably wouldn't be great. And then I can feed the cable for the extractor up and plug it in. The grinder, very, very easy to plug in, nice and straightforward. And I am going to have to drill another hole out the side here so that I can get the power cable out. And I'll probably attach an extension lead to the outside of the cabinet, and that'll be all of that sorted out. So we'll have extraction, it'll be automatic, I won't have to think about it. The button at the front of the grinder turns it all on, and then happy days. After that, we really need to start thinking about how to actually mount it to the wall. And I'm pretty much just going to use some blocks that are going to attach there, and a couple more lower down, and they'll be screwed in from the top and then screwed into the wall. Nice and straightforward and easy. Right, so this is pretty much most of what I need to do on this sharpening station. I still need to make and add some drawers here, but to do that I actually need the use of my bench, so we're gonna have to mount this on the wall. Now, I've thought long and hard about where this needs to go, and I think the most logical place is right here behind me, which is off to the side of the bench. So that's going to keep the sharpening station super accessible to me, which is exactly what I need. So as I'm working at the bench, if things get a bit dull and they need to be touched up a bit, it's a very, very short walk. And as I said earlier, one of the key proponents of this is it needs to be easy, it needs to be accessible, and I can't get much easier than this. Unfortunately, it does mean that a bunch of this stuff has to get rearranged and moved around. But that's not going to be too difficult because I just bought myself a little bit of TV magic. So let me just go and get that. Right, well, TV magic, here we go. Oh, it's just done itself. That's handy. Let's go make some drawers. I've got some 1/2-inch plywood just waiting to be used exactly for this. Great. Now what the heck do I do with such a massive gouge? And now I can get back to what I actually need to be doing. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it all. Make sure to hit that like button, make sure to subscribe. See you all again in another video.